didn't think we was expecting this. All right, so Joe Budden just dropped another diss track earlier yesterday, man. Jesus, I was on Instagram and I had posted something that I think a meme or some shit Meek Mill was working on, and somebody hit me up like, "Yo, Joe Budden supposed to drop a track at in 30," but they didn't say Joe Budden. They just basically said supposed to drop something in 30 minutes. I thought it was Meek Mill, but he said go to the page. So I go to Meek Mill IG, didn't see shit, and go to Joe Budden, and you got this. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Then I go to YouTube or whatever, check out, see who drop videos and shit, and I see that this song came out. Damn. Like, wow. When people, it's like everything that people said about the first record, he kind of talked about on this one, where they felt like he was reaching and all that type of shit. But he definitely broke down more shit. Now, I'm not gonna be a hater. We know that I'm a Joe Budden fan, clearly, and a Drake fan. But it's technically Joe Budden's doing to Drake what Drake did to Meek Mill. The first record, Charged Up, was Joe Budden, Making of a Murder, it was dope, but yet too damn long. But at the same time, okay, we get it. And this is kind of similar to a back to back. You know what I mean? If you look at the artwork, but it's not as catchy. It's not a catchy record. We know Joe Budden, he's a lyrical dude, and he basically got at Drake yet again on some other shit, which is different because Drake didn't really make a response, and he kind of played off that where he starts it off like, shit, I waited 5 days, nigga, where y'all at? Kind of did the reverse on him like Drake did to Meek Mill in a sense, and he just went and attacked this nigga character, um, record label, the record label he's on, just the way he goes and steals other artists' culture as far as their music, flows, just all type of shit. Why he doesn't work with Zombie on the track, and I'm listening to it like, God damn. The first time I heard it, I kind of just let it play, and I was like watching TV and shit, so I didn't really get into it. Then I ran it back again. I was like, whoa, hold on. Let me just really go, try to dissect this real quick and really pay attention to it. Of course, people still going to say, he's looking crazy. Nobody's responding to him. Drake's getting ready to go on tour, or he is on tour, or whatever, what have you, and he just playing himself. But he doing what, his era of hip hop did, and is basically being lyrical and, competing. And that's the part of the game that a lot of people miss, but they won't admit it. This generation is basically, radio friendly and, all about subliminal records, turn up music, and not really on the whole 90s vibe, basically, where it's just popularity always wins the vote. So they'll look at Joe Budden like, oh, he's washed up, he's never done anything because Drake is more popular. But if you can understand, if you have a fucking brain and you understand lyrics, you understand hip hop, it's always about competing. That's why it confuses me where like they'll root for 50 Cent, who always competing, but yet if Joe Budden, because of the accolades that he lack of, which he does still have, just go do your homework. They'll discredit him and praise Drake. Even if Drake come out and do 4 bars that's subliminal, they'll be like, oh, Drake killed that nigga. And I'm not mad at Drake, but I feel like far as me loving hip hop, he gotta respond. Some of the lines he that stood out to me, this shit was crazy. It was like, awareness is high. Say attention I'm seeking. Since I'm reaching, it's offensive. They're convinced I'm a demon. Then he went on to say, he won't pull out a hammer. Wasn't you at the whole show scared to pull out the camera? You know what I mean? So I take all the guns, lock half the clips. I just noticed you run. We mentioned half of clips. I'm like, oh, because he still ain't responding to Pusha T. You know what I mean? Then he was like, it was another line. What did he say? Broke down how he steals. He basically broke down how he steals from other cultures' music. He talked about the OVO Owl logo, how he uses artists, talks about love and things, women, money, etc. His record deal contract. Then this was like a blow that I feel like where he just hit Drake straight in the face, with a fist. Like, Gucci wasn't home 2 seconds before you rode his dick. Pause. Body Versace flow, copy that he stole from Migos, and then he go on a rhyme with that. Then it say didn't show up for Fetty Wap video, just did a verse. And I was like, God damn, he just breaking down all the flaws and the characteristics in Drake. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, this nigga is going crazy at this nigga. It's like, it just bar after bar after bar. Now, this is the one to me that stood out a lot because I was just like, damn, he got a point. Like, when is this motherfucking supposed to drop? It was like, no, really, we want a Party album. That's Party Next Door. But you keep stealing all of Party's album to put it on your Party album. And I was like, damn, he got a point. We've been waiting on the Party Next Door album for how long? This nigga still putting out mixtapes and shit, and he supposed to drop a collab project with Jeremiah. Like, who the fuck want to hear that? Then he went on to say, basically talked about how he don't work with Mike Zombie. Zombie on the track basically no more. In the last bar before the song is over, battery in him, let's see if he get charged up now. You know what I mean? It was some more bars before that, and then went into just sit there and say, like, you know what I mean, let's see him get hype. You know, let's see him, you know, get in the booth and reply to this shit. And, you know, I didn't say the lines right, and I didn't break down every, you know, lyric, every part of the song line for line, but basically going Rap Genius, you know, the song is everywhere. Of course, I don't expect this song to get blown up, you know, and get 5 million views and shit like that because it's Joe Budden. But at the same time, you got to give credit to where credit is due. People could say he's reaching. People could say he want attention, whatever, what have you. The shit came out of nowhere. He dissing Drake for nothing. But it's just basically the shit that, from our understanding, if you heard the podcast, a lot of artists feel like this about Drake. You know, and we still feel like Drake owe us a battle. He didn't battle Kendrick. He didn't battle Pusha T. You feel what I'm saying? He kind of went at Meek because that was kind of easy, and Meek kind of did start that. But at the same time, it's just like, and you went at Hove. It's like you went at Hove, Ye, you know what I mean? Common, Diddy. So it's like, come on, bro. Like, give us, you know, you want to say you up there as far as lyrics and everything. And as a Drake fan, you got to want him to battle this nigga. Fuck money, fuck fame. It ain't none of that shit. You know what I mean? And it's crazy between Meek Mill and Drake. If not one of these niggas battle this nigga, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even Lil B threw out a diss about Joe Budden years ago, and nobody expected that shit to be dope as it was. So I look at that as, if a nigga like that, shout out to Lil B though, can go ahead and do a diss record that was surprisingly dope as fuck, that Joe Budden himself said, oh, I'm not going to reply to Lil B what the fuck I look like. Like, he's doing, Drake will be doing to Joe Budden what Joe Budden did to Lil B by saying he's a lower tier artist. What the fuck I look like, replying to him. That's basically what Drake could be doing now. But Joe Budden this is up there. So it is what it is. It's just my thoughts. Y'all don't have to, you know, listen to me or no shit like that. I'm just talking about the shit because I love music and the shit is entertainment. I always enjoy Joe Budden diss records because I just feel like he actually puts his all into it, and he can back his music up where people that don't listen to him don't understand him, and they don't get the diss records. But go listen to his albums, his mixtapes, and you will see that, goddamn, son is a lyricist. It is what it is. That's my thought. Joe Budden, Wake, Drake disc. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out. One.